Hello. Hello there. This is a devotion about rest. A lot of people say the term that they need a vacation from their vacation. Because personally, if I were to go on say a trip to like Japan or something like that, there's no rest gonna be happening. It's a lot of traveling and going places. It's not really restful. So during the summer, we make all these plans either to go to summer school, camping, hanging out with friends. And while it's awesome to spend our time during this time away from school to rest and do stuff, we should make sure we spend time relaxing. Because in the Bible, God talks a lot about rest. Rest is so important that it's discussed in the Bible several times. When God created earth, he worked for 7 days and rested on the seventh day. Now, God doesn't need rest for obvious reasons, but he does take a break to set an example for us that rest is super important for us. In Exodus 24:21, it says, 6 days you shall work, but on the seventh day you shall rest. In plowing time and in harvest you shall rest. Even in the midst of our busy schedule, we're told to chill out, biblically speaking. Sometimes it's not easy to take a break, as doing so involves putting our trust in God. In order to come to a complete set of rest, we must let go of our own plans and submit to God's will. Trust that while we rest, God is in control and has things planned for us. And personally, it's really tough for me to take breaks because for some reason I feel really useless and sometimes depressed when I take breaks. And I think it comes from our tendency to put value into the things we do. But that's what's great about resting. It requires us to acknowledge that we cannot do everything on our own and that we must rely on God's strength, and to know that even though we may feel like because it requires us to acknowledge that we cannot do everything on our own and rely on God's strength, and to know that while we might not feel like we're doing anything of use, that God is in control and that we as people have intrinsic value as God's creation. One of the most beautiful psalms written tells us how God can provide rest. David specifically writes in Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." So if you're busy or not busy this summer, I encourage you to find rest. Maybe find rest in God, because God cares about our physical and emotional, mental health. Trust in him, know that everything's going to be okay, and you're going to be okay. So ask yourself, how am I taking a break this summer from all the busyness and chaos of the world around me? Maybe try visualizing what it would look like to fully trust in God, because sometimes that's very foreign to us. So next time, we'll talk about what it means to be a Christian teenager, and I hope you find rest this summer.